Hello, dear friend. It's me, Johanni and Desirae today, sharing some space and time with you, all the way from Parent Reality, right? So we are here today for a special broadcast. We want to share some news with you. So we want you to stay tuned and listen to the end because we've got some exciting news and changes to share with you. And I'm very excited, Des, to share this moment with you. I have really, really enjoyed working with you with Parent Reality. So today we're going to share our hearts and share some changes for Parent Reality. But Des, is there anything on your heart that you would like to say?
Thank you, Johanni. As you said, it's been a special relationship we've had. So thank you. I've enjoyed learning from you, learning with you, and growing together as we have supported so many parents around the country. It's been wonderful the last 4 years of my life, 3, 4 years with you. And today, as you said, we have a special announcement. But before we start this announcement, I want to know, how are you today?
I am doing well. My time and my energy has been changing in the last couple of years, and I'm excited because I think I've realized that, sometimes you think in your mind that you know exactly what's happening in your future. That's the weird thing. But that's not exactly how things happen because the Lord knows what happens in your future. And you are along for the ride. So in my life, I've just seen the Lord really working and doing things for me which I didn't expect. But for us in our family, it's going well. Even though, our activities or our situations with our kids vary, at the end of the day, it's going well with us. Yeah. Thanks.
That's very good. It's very good to hear it's going well with you in October,
Mm.
because at this time, everybody is really struggling. And so I want to just honor you that you can say that it is going very well. And so I know when we discuss a little bit more about our announcement, it's coming from a place of strength and not from a place of anything else. So awesome. Thank you for sharing that. You did say that your energy is you need to have energy for more activities. I know you lead a very busy life. What many people in parent reality don't know is that parent reality is not all of what you do. It's one of what you do. So won't you please share with us, or tell everybody firstly, what is your primary job and how many kids you have and what you do between your job, your kids, and parent reality.
Okay, so at this stage, I am pastoring the English service at Coolage Community Church in Pretoria, Ladys Park. I'm also there at the head of the small group ministry and some functions at the church. So that's my main job at this stage. Then we've got three kids. So my oldest, Johannes, he is 20 now. Emma, which is turning 18, and then Daron, which is 16 years old. Yes, so my oldest two has got special needs, so we are going through certain also seasonal changes, which is good in a way and daunting in another. But
Mm.
I am excited for the season lying ahead. Yes, and obviously I'm also a wife to my husband, which is yeah, which I love very much, and I think we are also entering an interesting season with our whole family at this stage.
Thanks, Johanni. So you did use the word seasons, and seasons are changing, and seasons are changing for parent reality. Why don't you share with our audience the change that is now on the horizon for parent reality?
So, Des, as we were speaking about where my energy is at this moment, I think the last couple of years with you and with the board and with our parent team facilitators, we've done well in the way that parent reality has matured. Um, you've got dreams, a dream for parent reality. I mean, the ultimate dream I've had for parent reality since the beginning was a very big dream. Um, and and sometimes things just don't happen exactly as you think, but the way that it does happen is good. The way that a dream or organization or a vision pans out has repercussions, and I think, good fruit that you don't always
Mhm.
know about. You would see the obvious things on the surface, but you don't always know what happens in the inner workings. And I've just realized that because of the energy that is also limited in time, that parent realities had to change. The management and all the driving force behind it. And I always thought that, the organization would be able to hand it over, but that didn't happen. So, for me and for you and for Sarah, as we were praying and thinking about it, we just realized that parent reality season is closing. And I think it
Mhm.
has a lot to do with the ages of our children as well,
Yes.
because in this space, you need to know what parents need, especially for their medical needs, their therapy needs, uh, the whole way they approach their kids' development.
Mhm.
And ours have developed up until a point, but it's different now because our kids are growing. So short story long, I've got peace that parent reality as the way it's existed will be um, ending the season, so we won't be operating as we always have,
Mhm.
but with a very, very intentional hope that every parent that's been part of parent reality would be able to carry the support further in the communities that they live, and in the circles
Yes.
that they move at schools and at therapists and with the doctors
Yeah.
and wherever they meet each other, that support would keep on going. Yes.
Johanni, I know that was a very tough decision to come to, and I know we had been talking through quite a few things. Just for reference for our audience, my daughter is 29, and I have her name is Savannah, and then I have Talisa was 23, and my son was 18, and my daughter Savannah is a person with profound disabilities. But I've coped very, very well and was running with Johanni, and we're both running far and wide, doing quite a few things and juggling at the same time. And my daughter has now acquired a new disability, which we're still in the throes of figuring out. It's quite frustrating and difficult for her and for us, and it's profound also. And that's affected my energy and my time in serving in several spaces, one of which is parent reality. And it's been a rough year for Yanni and I because our hearts have been to create safe spaces for parents. We've done that well. We've done that consistently, and we're not. It was just not in our DNA to not do it in the way that we knew worked for our parents. And it took us a while, Johanni, both of us, to come to this point. And so I know it was a tough decision for you. I know it was a tough decision when we sat together and spoke about it. But as you said, we have done so much and we've connected so many people that I do believe and I am hopeful that our parents will take this essence of what parent reality is and become support networks to each other in the car park at school, at the therapy centers, on the playgrounds, wherever they're at, that they will start forming a network. And I'm hopeful that that's what this season will bring. It will birth a new support network for parents. And I know that's your hope too. I also know that some of this is has been difficult for our board and our other parents, our facilitator parents, because they've also been so invested. What will you say? What would you like to say to the board and to the other facilitators who have been working with us for these years?
Before I go there, I just also want to just recap on the journey that you've had with Parent Reality, because I think I've learned so much from you in the way you handle life. Um, the disabilities that Savannah at this stage are coping with, and what you've had for many years. You have ordered your life in a way that you always had space to give. And I think for me, that is such an amazing thing. And I mean, even where you are now in this very difficult season, you will always find space to give. And I think, and I pray that any parent that's listening to this would remember that about you. And I mean, it's not like you going away. And we're not going away, but I think that's like, that thing of it's so easy to, as a parent, wanna just hide behind your bedroom door and not
Mm.
come out because you just have nothing to give anymore. And those seasons are definitely relevant, but I've just
Yes.
seen with you, with Savannah, you've always been ready to share. You've always found a way in your painful moments to help someone else, and that is just so special, and it's helped me because it gave me hope. It gave me hope that even in the hardest moments there's always something to give, and it actually helps. It helps us to give when we don't have um, space anymore. It's like, when you're retired and when you without hope, the fact that you always reach out, it actually gives something back to you. And I just thank you for that. And I think every parent that knows you well and have been following you has learned that from you. And I'm sure you're going to keep on sharing it, a million beautiful pieces, on your blog. And it's just, yeah, special. And may every parent listening to this know that if you can do that, if God can give you the strength to share in your pain, so can we, and others can learn from us, because this can't be without meaning. This journey can't be without meaning. It's
Mm.
just too hard for it to be without meaning. And I just pray that you'll remember that you'll remember that.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
Johanni. That's you were not supposed to make me
yeah.
cry.
I did.
Thank you.
I think for the board and
Thank you.
for the parents and for everyone that's been, with Parent Reality, I think, I was listening to Impact Radio today, and they were speaking about leaving a legacy. And I hope and I pray that the legacy for Parent Reality would be, um, that that by giving we become stronger, and that
Yes.
that 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 you're really not alone. If it's a parent with special needs, if it's someone who's struggling through cancer, if it's someone losing a husband,
Mental health. Yeah.
exactly, mental
Yeah.
health, we're not alone in it, and the safer thing actually is to just reach out, to reach out
Yeah.
and try to find someone that can support you, or you can support someone, because it gives meaning. And I think that's the reason why we journey. That's the reason why
Yeah.
we're not alone on an island. It's because that's why we're still between each other, because this life is too hard to do it alone. Um, yeah, and,
Yes.
and and if that can be a legacy for Parent Reality, whether you've been on the board, when you've been a sponsor, or a parent, or
Yeah.
just family member of a parent, knowing that community makes this world go around, and you can't do this alone. You just can't do it alone.
You can't. Thanks, Johanni. And I think it's exactly what you said. We know you and I both know many parents with kids who are the kids of our ages and older.
Mm.
And the season does arrive where our season changes and our focus changes and our energy changes. but it doesn't mean that we stop supporting, because we, exactly as we are hopeful for parents to become that network to each other, we will be that network that exists.
Mm,
We're not stepping back and not going to be having a parent reality platform, meaning we're not involved and we don't care for parents. In fact, we care more now because we know we don't have the platform, but we're also aware that we've got to practice what we preach and we've got to look after ourselves so we can be strong for our families.
mm,
And in that, we will still be available when when people reach out to us to be a resource, to
mm,
help, to connect parents to parents. It's just not going to have the formalized approach that we've had. And thank you, Johanni, for having this dream. Johanni has been running Parent Reality since 2013, I think it was. Am I
14,
correct?
14.
2014.
Yeah.
So 11 years. And I've only been here for 3 or 4 years with Johanni. And we've grown and learned and made such deep relationships with so many people. We are blessed to have had this platform. We are blessed to have had Johanni lead us in this platform. And we know that we're blessed even as the platform changes.
Mm,
Johanni said it would be nice to know everything, but that's not how life works. But we can trust looking back that the end of something is not the end, it's the beginning of something else. So yeah, parents, we want to thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to this podcast and this video. Thank you for specifically attending parent reality support groups, being on our online support groups, connecting with us in different ways. Thank you to the sponsors over the years that have been sponsoring different activities that we've done. Thank you for all the speakers, the people that have attended our conferences and seminars that have given their time, our venue hosts. We are very, very grateful. You did good and you gave us the platform to do better. Johanni, what would you like to say in closing?
Yeah, I think I firstly want to thank the Lord because he's the one who started this. At the end of the day, it's a really a God-inspired vision that I believe I received because in many hard times, we kept on going, and that's why I have peace for the season to end because I really believe that the Lord wants that. So, um, and then I really want to thank, people that's been walking with me. There's been, Nico Liebenberg and Nico van der Merwe from
Mm-hmm.
Egypt and um my father-in-law with all our golf days and um there's just been many
I was
people.
just thinking of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just
Mm-hmm.
gave because they knew it was a good cause, and sometimes people just support you, and I'm so thankful for that. My husband and you and your family and Sarah and the all the facilitators that's been with us.
Mm-hmm.
It takes effort. It costs something, and I'm so thankful that didn't
Yeah.
have to do
Yep.
um, pay the cost alone. And then I also want to thank every parent
Yeah.
that's been part of Parent Reality who stuck around,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't have to. You don't have to stick around. Um, and they did. They stuck around. They were part of it, and they enjoyed the community, and they took the support they could receive. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to say, and I believe that the next season is a good one, and I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I really believe that for everyone that's been here, that you've learned something. You're gonna you know be in a space and you will be able to support and receive support. So I think, yeah, that's it
Yeah.
that I wanted to say. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Johanni. Thank you. And I just want to remind parents, Parent Reality's tagline is, you are not alone. And that's very important for you to remember. No matter how lonely you feel, you are not alone because there are many other parents out there. We've proven that. And there are many other parents willing to chat, willing to reach out, willing to have a conversation. So please remember, you are not alone and find those moments to connect with other parents. Thank you, Johanni, and thank you, Parent Reality parents.
Thank you. Bye bye.